YouTube, what is up? It's that time again. It is Pickems. We are on week 3, and we're going to start off with Pacific because that's where we're doing best at. So I like to start off looking good, and then people will actually kind of realize that I'm a bit of a fraud. We have Gen G against Team Secret. I've done all my Pickems on Plat Chat, so I've explained a fair amount of them, so maybe go relatively fast with this one. Just think Gen G should be so fine here. T1 against Talon. I'm liking what I see from T1. Talon looks a little bit shaky. We got DFM against Boom. Until I see Boom get their spark back, I'm not on board. I'm not buying it. So for a little bit, I'm on the I'm on the paper thin boat. I think he was calling it, the DFM. So yeah, I mean, they look a lot better, to be honest, DFM. They actually look pretty legit. DRX against RRQ, this one's really hard to call at the moment. I think it's a 50-50, but I've gone for DRX just purely because I knew everyone on Plat Chat was going to go for RRQ. So I didn't want this to be a guarantee because it's not a guarantee, it's 50-50. And DRX looked really good last week. So did RRQ. But good enough that I can actually like warrant picking them here. Global against Nongshim, I've gone for Global. I think the Global, I think this is a 50-50 as well. This one's relatively hard, but I'm backing the coaches. I'm backing MC to get a win here. And Nongshim, I'm not super sold on their comps at the moment. It's a lot of deadlock, and I like a deadlock, but I think it could be used a little better. And I think once you have some demos, if you don't change up your style of play, then it might be easier to be read. We'll see. This is gonna be an interesting one. I'm not super confident on these two games. Paper X Zeta, I'm very confident now. I've gone for Paper X. Okay, that's this done in terms of Pacific. Hopefully we stay at a good percentage. Let's go to Americas. How are we doing in Americas? It's okay. It's actually okay. It's not too bad. I learned a lot this week. That's why it's not too bad. We went half, but I learned a lot. So from the learnings, I know that Furia won't be winning this, so I can back that. NRG, I'm backing them just a little bit because of the improvement that they made and like their game plan stuff. I think they had very good game plans, even though if I kind of look at the 2 weeks side by side, I would say that Lever favored here. I just liked what I saw in the improvements from NRG so much that if they kind of continue on that, then I back them to win this. This is a hard one. This feels like 50-50. But it does seem in Americas that we never get close games, but this should be one of those close games. This should also be one of those close games. In Plat Chat, I went for Cloud9, so I'm going to back it. I think Sentinels do actually win this, so I'm just kind of going with former me, and I think former me was just so convinced that C9 are going to win because it's groups. But if I hadn't have made that, I think I would be clicking Sentinels right here. So we'll see if former me's right. I'll back him. 100 Vs against MIBR, I think I took a gamble on MIBR, and it didn't pay off. And I'm no longer on board. I'm out of there, man. I don't like what I'm seeing. I think it is fixable, but they got to do it like now. And 100 Thieves just look way too good. I think 100 Thieves, out of all of the teams I'm watching in Americas right now, I think they're looking the best in Americas. So they're kind of my team to make the run and actually squeeze a champs spot here. So I really like 100 Thieves at the moment. G2 against EG, really not liking what I see from EG and liking what I see from Baby Bay. He's I'm not saying he's filling the shoes of Leaf, but he's doing good enough that he's showing that he can hang at this level, and so G2 should be so fine here, especially with how EG are playing. They should be so fine. I would love to see EG take like a map or something, but yeah, I got no belief in them at the moment. Crew against Louds. I'm hoping that Crew lean into double duelist. Kesnet, you'll see it in a little bit on my VFL, got me 1 point. He didn't play a duelist, he played a Sky and an Omen. I'm hoping at least on the maps this week, they have a whole week to correct stuff. You could probably change 2 of those maps to make sure you're playing more double duelist. That's what I'm hoping for, that's what I'm looking out for. It seems like the right and fast fix in a small amount of time. Let's see if my faith is right. But if they start playing the solo duelist, I'm a little bit worried. That's my Americas, and then we can kind of get on to... Dude, I didn't even see what I did for China. Honestly, considering how bad my China's been going, this is okay. The final week for China. Nova really struggling, going to go for Zhilai. EDG should be so fine against JDG. FPX, I'm just on board with FPX. I think they look good. Trace against Titan. Trace, right? Wolves. Wolves must win. It's a must-win game for Wolves. Let's back them on this one. G-Lai seem to be looking back. Tai Lu are getting some wins. Got to go for them here. And I think Billy look great. I think they should be EDG. Real speed run on this one, just purely because I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to the Chinese scene. So that's why I've done it so fast. You could say the same for EMEA, to be honest, because we're not doing great. How many have we got wrong? I mean, we're averaging a 4 out of 6. It's okay. Foot against Giants. I think Foot are in trouble. They didn't run a default on Haven attack. They don't play together on defense. I'm insanely worried for them. They weren't on attack on Haven. They weren't clearing out trips. They were just like taking a default and then forcing sight. That really worries me. I think losing their coach was a lot. I like how Giants look. Gentlemates against BBL. I can't click Gentlemates until they close out some of these leads. Even though they're doing the hard work and getting into these positions, they got to close it out. I'll back BBL for this one. Team Liquid against Apex. Don't have to explain this one too much. Liquid just look great. Apex, I want to see double duelist. Koi against K-Corp. On Platchat, I was somehow the only person to pick K-Corp. I think they look, well, I think sometimes they look good, and there's a couple of like small, simple mistakes that are easy to fix. I think K-Corp can kind of ramp up and look good. Especially Martin can't consistently play to the level he's playing. He should be looking better. Aves is a beast. He's winning so many rounds for them. Fnatic against Na'Vi. Anyone clicking Na'Vi's crazy here until we see something different. This one's actually kind of close. I can understand why people go for Vitality, but I'm just going to go with Heretics. I will say, though, if Vitality win this, I wouldn't be crazy surprised. I actually thought they looked a lot better last week. Even though Foot were looking rough, I think Vitality made them look worse than they actually are with how good they looked. So I'm going to be going for Heretics with this one. But honestly, out of this week, I think this might be the upset that happens. Okay, let's lock that in. Let's quickly talk about VFL. We got wrecked, man. Look at Kesnit, bro. He's giving me 1 point. Crazy for my duelist. For the 13.5 points, it's not good. With that said, am I going to get rid of him? No, I'm not. I'm holding out faith that they run double duelist. I'm getting rid of Primi. I'm getting rid of Killua. I'm not convinced that they're going to be winning these games, and I got to start moving over to some America's teams because Pacific ends a week earlier. My strategy for this is I'm going Furia hunting, and Furia are playing against 2G. So let's get in Spike, because I'm going to make him the captain. I'm just doing it. I'm hunting Furia every week that I can, I think. So Spike goes in, I'm going to make him my IGL. I really am. Just because, again, I think Furia might be the freest game at the moment, and I think if you want to do that, every week I'm going to abuse it. And G2 play Furia next week. So let's plan ahead. And let's get a G2 player in here. And I think I can afford Trent. And I think that's the best move with how they're playing. Yogamo's very expensive and not fragging too heavy, but he's doing his role. And we got 4, so we have 1 point left over. Yeah, this is my team. This is looking good. How do I make him an IGL? Come on, Spike. Let's see what you got. I'm going for the double points on this one. And slugs. There we go. We finally got a team name. Okay, that's what we're doing this week. Let me know in the... Whoa. Who do I sub in? I think I bench Kelly and put in Pappy. I nearly messed up here. I think that's right. Okay. Now we're good. Okay. Love that. All right. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments who is your worst pick from this week if you're doing VFL. Who was your Kesnit of this week? Who disappointed? Dude, I'm feeling... I just want them to pick a Haven so we can have that one game on ISO. I really am. Okay, thanks so much. Thank you. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.